Hello everyone. So this is the GSD 3-minute demo video for the protocol transformer. So the main idea is to showcase NI Rio platform as a multi-protocol reader and transmitter. So before I start, let me just show the hardware connection of it. It's a little bit messy, just ignore the cables. This is the compact Rio, the C-series module for the CAN transmission, some CAN cables connecting to the CAN breakout box, and a single board Rio, which I basically used it for the serial transmission and some power supplies. Now, as decided, this protocol transformer should be able to support serial transmission, CAN, Modbus, DNP3 and also Ethernet IP. As for Ethernet IP, I'm still working on it. Might be able to finish it in a day or two. The rest basically works. So let me start with the serial transmission. This is the serial transmitter VI, so I just run the serial transmitter with some string written on it. And when I run the serial receiver, I should be able to read back exactly what I sent at the serial transmission. Since I have the single board radio, I also managed to print back exactly the string that I sent at the serial transmission on the LCD display of it. So that's for the serial transmission. Now moving on to the CAN transmission. The CAN, basically I'm using the FPGA interface since due to the fact that I'm using the CAN C-series module. So for the CAN FPGA is under one single VI. All I have to do is just run the VI and then just set the values to some values that we need it. It's like a data. And then when we press transmit, should be able to get back exactly the values that we sent at the transmit frame. Now that's for the CAN. Now moving on to the Modbus. The Modbus basically uses the slave and master terminology. So as usual, you have to run the slave first and then the Modbus master, and you should be able to establish a connection between these two. So you can write and you can get the outputs here, you can write around here and get back the digital outputs here. You can also change the registers over here and get back the respective values at the slave. So this is basically a communication between both of these slave and master. Now as for the DNP3, it also uses the slave and master terminology, but it's a little bit complicated. So for the slave, this you just run the slave, and then as for the master, you have to create a channel for it and then configure the channel. For now I'll just leave everything to the default value, and once the channel is configured, I can create the session of it, and from the session I should be able to monitor all these inputs that I'm getting from the DNP3 slave. So I can monitor the analog input, analog output, counter, and etc. But right now my DNP3 slave only works for the binary output, so it will only look at the binary output out over here. So all we have to do is just set some high values, set some point index, some object flags at the DNP3 slave, and send some polling over at the DNP3 master, and you should be able to get the exact values that you sent at the beginning. And you should be able to also change these values during runtime and get back the right values. So that's all I guess for now. Thank you.